Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. First showcased at SIHH 2017. This is the Panerai Luminor Submersible 1950 BMG-Tech PAM 692. It is crafted from an alloy of, wait for it, copper, zirconium, titanium, aluminum, and nickel. All of it lighter than steel, harder than titanium or steel, a remarkable glass-like molecular structure that lends the watch its name, BMG-Tech Bulk Metal Glass. The timepiece is 47mm on my wrist. It's an oversized watch, and an oversized dive watch at that. My wrist 16 centimeters in circumference. Wears the watch comfortably. It's big, but it fits easily. Panerai watches are excellent from an ergonomic standpoint, and the lightness of the BMG Alloy means that this one feels more like titanium than steel on the wrist. It's also a bit slimmer thanks to a next generation caliber 9000 movement, the 9010, 15mm thick, thinner than I expected. Lug-to-lug just as broad as I expected. 56.5mm with a spacing of 26mm between the lugs. The strap that's fitted nicely matches the purple-blue tone of the dial. If you're familiar with an Audi color called Nogaro Blue, you have a general grasp of what this blue looks like in person. Bellows style, natural vulcanized rubber Panerai dive strap. You can see the 70s style OP logo. Very supple, plenty of hollows on the underside to vent the wrist, and very flexible and extremely comfortable and versatile strap with a versatile satin finished pin buckle to match. A handsome and durable piece. You can see that the watch itself features a titanium case back, and this is the only real place where you can see a contrast between the BMG Alloy and a conventional familiar metal, as the case back is regular titanium, and then you have that bulk metal glass case profile. And I'll say this, the titanium is a little bit lighter in tone than the BMG, which appears a bit yellower, darker. It has a little bit more of a gray intensity to it. Now you can see that this is also the 1950 case, first inaugurated on the PAM 127 back in 2002. You can see that it's a bit more true to the form of the 6152 reference Panerai watches from the 1950s. So it's a bit more complex. It's not quite the tuna can or Betterini case that we associate with the standard Luminor. Now the lugs themselves use screw-fixed bars, so no spring bars here. A very secure fitment to keep the strap attached. No spring bars, no vulnerabilities. The crown guard, the case, and the bezel all are constructed of the BMG alloy. The case back is titanium, and of course you know this crown guard. You can see internally there's a bearing in the lobe of the cam that's called the runner. It was introduced back in 2007 to make this cam locking action smoother. It's a lever system that unlocks the crown, so now I can actually wind the watch. I can pull the crown out all the way and hack or stop the seconds, or I can push the crown in and I can bring it to its intermediate position to set the hour hand independently for a time zone feature that is travel friendly. You can even drive the date in both directions. Now the nice thing about this Panerai invention, the device protecting the crown, is that it gives you more protection than a conventional shouldered crown guard. It removes the need to grasp a tight screw-down style crown when your hands might be wet, sweaty, or gloved. The unlocked crown is extremely easy to access, and it's also a very distinctive design element that could be considered the single most important design signature of the Panerai brand, even more than the Luminor model family itself. Now the timepiece is water-resistant per the case back, down to 300 meters, and it is a dive watch with a dive bezel. So let's hear, how does the dive bezel sound? How about best in the business? Along with Doxa and the rarely seen Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Compressor Diving Series, the Luminor Submersibles have the best bezel sound and feel in the business. Line up that nicely, generously, clearly loomed bezel with the minute hand. You have an impromptu 0 to 60 minute timer. Who needs a chronograph? The applique indices on this model are larger than on prior Luminor 1950 submersibles, so you don't just get bigger indices by day, you get more glow by night. You can see that there is an array of blues. You have a sort of cyan blue for the BMG-Tech script as well as the seconds hand, and then you have a darker purple blue for the dial itself. All applique indices, high-grade stuff with a monotone disc. Underneath the caseback, though you can't see it, 31 joule, second generation 9000 caliber. You can see the PIG or the Solura Alenta Corsa on the caseback, the manned torpedo used by the Decima MAS commandos during World War II of the Italian Navy, reminding you that Panerai was once Italian Navy issue. Launched in 2017, you can see this is 1,000 pieces for 2017, that was the T series, and the movement with a 72-hour power reserve automatic winding features the stop seconds, the time zone function, and for toughness, a full balance bridge with a free sprung index for shock resistance. The full mech spec and a case material that's lighter, harder, more resistant to shock, denting, and scratches. See the BMG-Tech and make it yours on the watch box. The BMG-Tech by night, note the differential loom so you can see the minute hand adjacent to the bezel pearl.